And now to another developing story involving an NBA veteran, Marcus Morris Sr., arrested right here in Broward County on a fraud charge. Look.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I do TikTok bottom video. It was gonna hop right into it. So today we will be talking about Marcus Morris. So you probably seen recently, Marcus Morris got arrested for fraud at the Fort Lauderdale airport. But now we have more details on what's going on. So they are alleging that his latest legal woes stem from allegations where he stole over $250,000 from two prominent Las Vegas casinos. According to the court documents we obtained, the NBA allegedly got $115,000 from the NBA player allegedly got $115,000 from the MGM Grand Hotel and Casino via bad checks in May 2024 and never paid it back when the checks bounced. So obviously these are in Nevada, and he was arrested in Florida. So we already know that, you know, he has to be extradited, you know, and things of that sort. So his motion for bond was denied by the judge. Said she would only release him to Nevada authorities for extradition or if the warrants that were issued for his arrest were withdrawn. He did appear in the courtroom, and, you know, we have some video of that, so I'll put that in here.
So Mr. Morris is charged with two separate cases, two separate warrants out of the state of Nevada. I have spoken to the officials in Nevada. They do intend to extradite him if he remains in custody. The warrants are for what they entitle as sort of a bad check, and then theft greater than $100,000. Apparently, the factual basis is gambling at a casino, taking out a marker for the $100,000 or more, I guess on two separate occasions. So that's their position is there was attempts to negotiate with Mr. Morris, both by the casinos and then by the district attorney's office in Nevada. Those have been unresponsive, so the charges were filed. The warrant is outstanding. Counsel has indicated that there may be some intent to pay it. I know Mr. Morris and his family have means. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. I can't make those assumptions. But I did speak with the state of Nevada. They did indicate that should the full amounts be paid, it sounded to me like there was going to be some sort of dismissal process, like our diversion programs. So I can tell the court all of that information. The state of Nevada wants you to know that they do intend to extradite him. They don't want him to be released.
With that said, Your Honor, it's not just an intent to resolve this. The payment has actually been initiated. You know, it's a large payment, but it is via wire. We have witness here that can testify that the payment has actually been initiated and that these charges will be resolved. It doesn't help anyone and only wastes resources for my client to remain behind bars on this sort of situation, Your Honor.
Counsel, the motion to set bond at this time is denied. If you guys resolve it, and as I indicated to all of the individuals in the box, if the other state chooses to dismiss the warrant for whatever reason, they'll be immediately processed out and released. But I'm not going to set a bond. I have no jurisdiction to even tell him to report to Nevada or to go to court in Nevada, because the bond is only for him to show up to court in Broward County. So I have no jurisdiction to even ask him to show up in Nevada. And if he doesn't show up in Nevada, I can't do anything to him because I don't have any jurisdiction to do so. So that's the reason why I don't set those type of bonds. I can only require that he comes to court in Broward County. So therefore, I am denying the warrant based on the reasons that you guys requested it. However, once you guys resolve everything with Nevada and the bond is paid, or the monetary amount is paid, whatever it is, and they dismiss the warrant, I would have no problem making sure he gets released forthwith.
With all due respect, Your Honor, I believe the case law cited in our motion states that you actually do have authority to grant bond in this sort of situation, and you can actually impose conditions requiring him to surrender in Nevada or to report back to you in a certain amount of time. We're willing to comply with all of that. We just
I
ask that.
understand, counsel. I understand that I can ask him to do that, but if he doesn't show up in Nevada, there's nothing I can do about it. I can tell him to do anything. I can require that he does it. But if he doesn't show up, I don't have any jurisdiction to incarcerate him here in Broward County because he didn't show up in Nevada. So I'm declining to use my discretion in reference to setting a bond at this time. However, counsel, if Nevada chooses to drop the charges, we will release him as soon as that happens.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I ask that you reserve ruling on this motion and give us an opportunity to present additional support to you?
I am not going to reserve ruling, counsel, but I am going to deny it without prejudice. If you wish to file an additional motion, that would be up to you.
Okay, and how
But
soon would
it'll
we
be
be?
without prejudice. You can always revisit it and request file another motion with any additional information. But based on the grounds that are in the motion at this time, I am denying the motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And you know what? That's pretty much all to the story. So I don't know what the fuck Marcus Morris is doing. Cause ain't Marcus Morris the one that be DeMarcus is the one that be on First Take. So he getting a TV bag too. Both of them be up there. Yeah, Marcus be up there. So especially this last season. So you played in the NBA. I mean, I know he ain't played since 2024, but I mean it's just only been a year. You ain't played since 2024. You still getting TV checks. I know the TV checks is not the NBA checks, but shit, ESPN First Take checks, they gotta be hitting on a little something. So it's just crazy as hell to see that this nigga, another NBA player, because we just seen this with Malik Beasley, is out here owing people money. So one thing I would say, save your chicken, because one day it's gonna save you. Also, I feel like some of this is not exactly them just being bad with their money. Some of it might be, they put their trust and money in somebody else, and that person fucked it up. But that's what some of this is giving, because on 250, well, this sound like some nut shit he was doing. Either he was gambling too much, but $250,000 on to casinos on bad checks is crazy. But that could also mean you ain't got it. But you making all this money and all that, you should have it. You should have invested in other places. So you should, this shit should have got paid off. But he is saying that he was already working on it, and if they release him, it'll make it quicker. But of course you'll say that. Anybody will say that in that situation. So the judge not just gonna give you a bond off that, because anybody will say that. But I mean, you probably one of the few cases where you could really see you making your finances back quick enough for that, because you on TV, maybe you'll get another NBA contract. Probably not. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but probably not. And you can see that 250 come back, but not a lot of niggas could. But I just wonder, like, what it is with these NBA players. Are they trying to self-manage their money and they just don't know what they're doing? Because obviously, you never seen that amount of money in your life. Or they are fucking it. Are they putting it in the hands of people who can't be trusted? I just wonder that, because we see this time and time again. But hopefully my nigga Marcus beat this, because there's some nut shit to go down on. But that's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I did Top on the Ville, and we out.